Hey guys, it is Kat here. Finally, I'm back for favourites for March. I'm a little bit late. To be honest, I filmed this a week and a bit ago and I was going to have it up like smack bang on time, amazingly. I was going to be so proud of myself. But last week I was just like go. I was like out of the house, away for 2 days, worked 2 days. I didn't have time to get it up, and I thought, well, I kind of like remember what my favorites were, but I feel like I want to make it fresh. So I'm refilming it, but I've got my favorite stuff here. I looked back through, I've added one thing into it. I should do a haul. To be completely honest, I'll try to film a haul later this week and have it up next week because I've been buying a lot of stuff. Hayley and I went like crazy in March and bought heaps of stuff, mainly because we're placing orders for stuff we wanted to do on Beauty News, but we ended up buying stuff for ourselves as well, of course. So I felt like Feb I didn't buy any new makeup, and then March I bought so much that some things haven't even been touched. So these are the sort of things that I've been going back to, the things I have touched, the things I have liked. And I also find that I'm not like super impressed with a lot of makeup these days. So like, for example, I did try the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, which I'll link my review up there. I was a bit on the fence about it. It was good, but I didn't love it. Same as the Urban Decay After Dark palette. It was good, but I didn't love it. So neither of those made favorites or fails. So let's get on to what did. Okay, so the two palettes that I've been reaching for the most, firstly at the start of March, I was using my Makeup Forever kit that make your own palette that I made at last year's Salon Melbourne, and it was Salon Melbourne came around again. They renamed it to Beauty Expo Melbourne. So I was kind of like, oh, I'll start using some of the products that I got last year. So this is the palette that I made last year. I had some shades that I bought previously, and then I kind of filled it up last year. So I've been mainly using this. I'm using it on my eyes today. And what I'm using on my eyes today, I think it's this shade here. Is it? Or is it these two shades? I think it's those two shades blended out with some warmer colors. So that's what I'm wearing. They're huge pans, really nice quality, and they're multi-purpose products. So you can wear them on your eyes, you can wear them on your cheeks, you can wear them wherever you want. So for example, if that was your perfect contour color, you could definitely use it as a contour, but these are gorgeous. So I've been using that a lot this month, and it's just been my go-to. I think, like I said, I've had a bit of analysis paralysis with the amount of product that I have been buying. And it has been scaring me, which is why, like, I've got the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. I have not even touched it. Like, that's how bad it's been, but I promise I'll catch up. Then when I did end up going to, what is it called again? Beauty Expo Melbourne. What I ended up doing, which was interesting, I've had these two Inglot 5-pan Freedom palettes before, and I filled them up years ago, and I liked the shades, but I felt like I couldn't make a complete look out of either of the ones. Like, one had a lot of golds and like a couple of mattes, and one had a lot of like reddy kind of coppery colors, and I was like, well, they're good to reach for, but because they're so specific, I was kind of struggling like reaching for these. So I ended up buying, so these are like, that's how they look. So they come in those kind of pans, and they're really hard to remove, which is why I never really bothered like trying to remove them. But Hayley bought a little magnet for $1 from Inglot, and they depot those things really easily. So if you have a bunch of these and you want to put them in one palette and you're freaking out about not being able to depot them because the magnet's so strong, pick up one of their like little depotting magnets. Best thing. I wish I got one. It was amazing. But at what's it called again? Shit. At Beauty Expo Melbourne, I ended up getting this one, which is called the Freedom Flexi palette. So instead of having those ridges, it's just like a normal kind of like Z palette type thing. So the ones that I had previously were all these kind of shimmery ones down the bottom, and a couple of these mattes here. Now I ended up picking up these sort of brighter, warmer mattes, including these two here. So all that there were all brand new, and these are gorgeous. So I think this is a new collection that they've sort of brought out, and they're super pigmented and really buttery. So yeah, those are the colors there, and I'll just swatch some of them. Like, they're pretty damn pigmented, like gorgeous. and there's still heaps on my fingers. So I should have brought like a wipe. But yeah, I just saw the pigmentation. That middle one I think I swatched really badly. Let's do that one again. Let's try you again. Yeah, there we go. See? See? Gorgeous. So I picked up those, and it also means that I've been using eyeshadows that I previously didn't use, like those shimmery ones, because they were just like, what are you going to do? They're all quite similar. They need other shades to kind of make them work. So ever since I put them in this format, I've been reaching for them a lot, and I love them. Check out, if you love these kind of like bright, but like warm and wearable mattes, check out their new release, because there was a few browns as well, like chocolate browns, but I only went for those kind of two really kind of mustardy browns, and then those top reddy ones, and they're divine. I think in Australia each shadow is $10, but at the expo they were 30% off, so I got them for $7 each. Crazy. So we're clean, we're back, we're good. So yeah, definitely those two like make your own palettes I've been reaching for, because I don't know, they're a little bit safe, the quality is really good, and I've just been so overwhelmed with new products that I'm just like, I don't really want to touch new products right now, but I'll get there. And the other thing that I bought recently that I've been obsessed with, and I'm wearing it on my lips today, we were placing an order for some Lime Crime stuff, and I decided, because I saw some of these, like I saw the whole range on sale on the Lime Crime website, I picked up two of these lipsticks. So the unicorn lipsticks that sort of like, if you remember way back when Lime Crime first put out their lipsticks, they had like the range of like pastels and bright colors and like blues and yellows and stuff. Well, they since brought out, I think it was a set of 8 maybe, of these unicorn lipsticks again, but they're nude shades. And oh my God, they're amazing. They're the lipsticks that I've been reaching for every day, because they are phenomenal. They are way better than what the bright ones used to be, and I did like those. These are just great. They kind of remind me of like a MAC formula, like a MAC matte formula. So it's creamy, it looks matte on the lips, but it's not a matte formula. So it's easy to apply, and it kind of settles down to like a semi-matte formula. But it is a lot thinner, and I don't know, probably more comfortable than some of the MAC matte lipsticks that I've used in the past. And I just am comparing them to MAC because I love, like, probably my favorite like matte lipsticks are from MAC. Some of them I don't love, some of them I'm obsessed with, and this really rivals it for like a fraction of the price. So I highly recommend checking these out. So I bought 2 online, and then when I was at the Beauty Expo, I went back and bought another 3 because there was a stand there that sells them for $15. Makeup Net, which is like an Australian stockist. I bought 3 more, so I'll show you the shades. So there were some lighter shades available. I've got fluff everywhere, sorry, it's this blanket. So there were some lighter shades available, but I didn't bother with them because I don't like that kind of light nude lip. I much prefer a deeper nude lip. So the ones that I bought online was the one that I'm wearing today, which is Choker, which is like a mauvey kind of dark nude. I also bought Lace Up, which is like a brownie dark nude. Then at the expo, I bought Pom Pom, which is more like a true kind of My Lips But Better kind of peachy nude. Then I got Varsity, which is like a reddy nude. It's kind of like a, I don't know, yeah, it's like a muted red. It's really pretty. And then Bomber, which is like a plummy nude, which is gorgeous. So I'll show you them and I'll swatch them. Okay, we'll go in the order of what I mentioned. So the one I'm wearing today is this one here, which is Choker, which is gorgeous. Let's just do some here. So it's definitely nude, but it's got like a mauvey kind of hint to it, which is really pretty. So all of these are kind of someone's nude, but they have something else going on, that they're all very different, and they all are really flattering, but in different ways. So Lace Up is the more brownie one, which is also a gorgeous. So the pigmentation's great. These last all day. They're so good. Look how gorgeous that color is. It's currently autumn in Australia, and it is like shitty weather, but that's the kind of color I'm going to be rocking this year. It's just amazing. And then the next one that I said that I picked up was Pom Pom, which is the lightest one. So once again, when I'm showing you them like on their own, they probably look the same, but they're all different enough that it's worth getting like a few of them. So this is Pom Pom, which once again, it's kind of peachier, lighter, more typical nude. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Then we have Varsity, which is sort of like a reddier nude, but once again, it's still in the nude category. Like if you like pinky nudes, but you want a deeper one, you might go for this one because it's more of a rosy red nude. So it's definitely still nude, but like different, which is great. So they all look very, very different. And then the last one, which is also one of my favorites, and it's like a perfect winter color, is Bomber, which is the deepest one, and it is more of a plummy nude. So it's sort of similar to the one I'm wearing, like this one here, but just like, you know, intense and berry. So those are the colors that I've been wearing a lot this month. And I do highly recommend, if you're not like boycotting Lime Crime, pick some of these up, because I don't know if they're like being discontinued, but they shouldn't be, because the quality is like amazing. Okay, so those were by far like my favorite makeup products of the month that I've been reaching for a lot. The nail polishes that I've been loving are blue ones. I always wear blue nail polish. This one has been, I got this in the Priceline sale, so it was 40% off, and I saw it and I'm like, I've got so many light bright blues, but this one for some reason, like I've got a lot that sort of lean almost purplish, and they kind of almost, yeah, almost bluey purple, and then I have some that are like bluey mint. This is like smack bang blue, like bright light blue, and it's gorgeous. So it's by Sally Hansen. It's a complete salon manicure in Sky's the Limit. I love it. I wore it the first 2 weeks of the month, or even the first 2 weeks that I got it, I wore it. But since then, and I kind of got this at the very end of the month, but I want to mention it anyway, is because a lovely subscriber and a member of Beauty News Group sent this to me, which is amazing. And once again, I am wearing this today, and I've got it on my toes, and I wore it all last week. So this is the second time I've actually applied it. It is gorgeous. It is bright. It is fun. I love kind of like deep lips and like burgundy eyes and stuff when the cooler months come in, but I still go like bam, like bright colors on the nails. So this is by Kester Black, and it is in Terrarium. If you can see that, probably not. Let's focus on you. Terrarium, there we go. So thank you so much, Lani. You are a champion. I love it. It's amazing. So yeah, check that out. It is, if you like a bright kind of, it's really, really pigmented as well. Like you could potentially get away with like one coat, but it's like a bright, I don't know, a bright dark aqua, if that makes sense. But it's great. I love it. Last two are random favorites. Makeup, here we go. So I don't really particularly love this concealer, but the reason why I bought it in this shade was because I'm noticing that a lot of my foundations are oxidizing on me, or they just look too dark. And it's funny though, because there have been foundations that I've been wearing a particular shade for like years, and now all of a sudden like that shade has become too dark. And there's part of me that's thinking that maybe because I have incorporated vitamin C into my daily skincare routine, it has sort of like brightened my skin too much, and now I have to go down like a shade or two in foundations. So instead of having to like chuck away all my foundations and start fresh, I bought this like the lightest concealer in a range, and it works really well at adding and like lightening foundation. So this one by Maybelline, it's the Master Conceal Camouflage Concealer in 10 Fair, so that's what it looks like there. And it is super, super light. Like it's way too light for me. It almost looks white on me. But it's also slightly pink toned as well. So you'll see that if you do have a really kind of yellow foundation and you find that you are more neutral, like I'm quite neutral, this does lighten but also neutralize foundation. So that's, I've just been pretty much putting a pump or two of foundation on my hand, putting a little bit of like a little squirt of this. It makes something like better coverage, which I'm all for full coverage, so I like it. But it also means that pretty much all my foundations that are too dark for me, I can comfortably wear. And even if you want to put your foundation on your face, but you find that once you put it down your neck, it's like a little bit too dark, you could always just add a little bit of concealer to the part that you're kind of blending on your neck, and it blends in a lot better. So it's a tip that I really enjoy doing, and I think it's really helpful. Instead of like looking for those really expensive like color correcting drops, I find those often water down a foundation and change the consistency. But because this is like a proper kind of, you know, concealer, it works really, really well. So yeah, if you do have if your skin is too light for the foundations you're using, get a really light concealer, and this one's good. And if your skin is too dark for a light foundation, these come in deeper shades as well. So it's a good trick. The main reason why I bought this one is because it's squeezy, so you can get a lot of product out of it. I don't need a doe foot applicator for the mixing purposes that I'm using it for. So this one is a really affordable one. Works really well. Okie dokie, so the last thing I want to talk about before I talk about one fail is a skincare product. This is by Dermalogica. It's the Daily Superfoliant, so it is like the updated version of the Daily Microfoliant, which is a white powder and it's like a chemical exfoliant, whereas this now has, they put charcoal in it. So it looks grey instead of white, and it's designed, what I like about it, so you pretty much put a little bit in your hand, you mix it with a little bit of water, and you kind of mix it together and use it on your face, as that makes sense. It's not like a scrub where it can really kind of exfoliate manually your face unless you make it really dense or really kind of dry. But what it does do is it's chemically exfoliating the skin, so it helps like remove the dead skin and all that kind of stuff. But the charcoal in it also helps pull out like pollutants and stuff from your skin. So I've been enjoying using this in the shower at night as my second cleanse. So I tend to go in with the oil, I'll rinse it off with my makeup, and then I'll go in with this. And it's good because it's not too harsh, but also if you want the effects of a chemical exfoliant and also something that gets rid of like the pollution that we all have, unfortunately, if you live in cities and stuff, this one's a really good one to use. And I've been liking it. That's what my story is. Okay, so the last product, which is a fail, is also by Lime Crime. So I was so impressed by their lipsticks, but unfortunately I wasn't so impressed with this Highlight Opals palette. So I did do a full review, which sort of explains why I don't like it. This contains a shitload of product. So it's decent value, like it's not cheap. If you convert it, it ends up being around 50 bucks in Australia, but you get 3 shades and a total of 21 grams. Now, when you think of like a Becca highlighter containing 8 grams, you think 21 grams is like crazy, and it's heaps of product. Now you get a peach, which is like in theory gorgeous. You get a gold, which is like a yellow, and then the pink. The gold and the pink work the best. They are probably the ones that have most iridescence to them, especially the gold. Like you can see that it does have like a shine. The pink also has a bit of a shine, but it has like a white base. So hopefully you can see there that if you're not super fair, this will look ashy on your skin. And yes, when it catches a light, it's really pretty, but when it doesn't catch the light, it looks kind of like you've got, I don't know, flour on your cheeks. Now, the thing that was most disappointing, and the reason why this is like a fail, is because the peach one I had so much high hopes for. I really want a highlighter that has a peach kind of iridescence to it. This one, once again, it's mainly powder, so you get a very, very slight iridescence to it and heaps of a powdery base. So I actually found that one almost unwearable. The easiest one to wear was this yellow one, but it was just a shame that it had such great potential and it's got such nice shades, but to make the peach and the pink kind of show up really well, you need to layer it a little bit, and the more you layer it, the whiter it looks. So it wasn't my favorite. I'm actually thinking of destroying this on the Beauty News channel and maybe trying to mix it with other pigments to really like add like a oomph to it. So I'm thinking of like DIYing this into something better, maybe. Okie dokie, those were my favorites and my one fail of March. Hopefully that was enjoyable. Let me know what your favorite product of the month was in the comments, because I find that very interesting. And I'll see you guys. My next video should be an update on my Project Pan. So I'm going to film that now, so it should be up in a couple of days. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.